It's been 2 months since we've gone into hiding. Mentally, I think I'm doing okay, but I feel like that's only a matter of time before I crack. Jan Michael, on the other hand, has some sort of cabin fever going on. He's been reenacting scenes from movies and TV shows, but in his own weird way.
Die, you parasite! You're the parasite! Wait, what did you say? What if we're both parasites? We should have been looking inwards all along.
Honestly though, I think we're all going a little mad. I don't know how long I can stay in such a small place and keep doing film reviews with Jan.
Melinda! We've all just learned a valuable life lesson.
Yes. Let's just go do the Parasite review, alright?
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, and welcome to the newest episode of the Oscar Goes To. I'm Jan Michael.
And I'm Melinda.
And today's Oscar goes to Parasite. Let's begin.
뭐야, 소독해? 창문 닫아.
나도 봐. 공짜로 집안에 소독도 하고.
Melinda, another film that we previously have seen together. This is really our second foray into it together. So let the audience know, what did you think of the movie Parasite?
Okay, so Parasite is a movie that I did have to see twice. So I am glad that I got to see it for a second filming. The first time I saw it, I thought I was watching one movie, and then a little later than halfway through, it just completely blindsides you and makes a hard left turn. And by the time I had finished seeing it, I really did not know how I felt about the movie. I had no idea what I had seen. People asked me what I thought and I'd be like, I don't know. It just was a movie that came out of nowhere. But now knowing how it went the first time, I was able to appreciate it more. I did think this was a very good movie.
I actually really liked the first time we saw the film together because of the reason that you said, where you're going in, you're expecting one thing. I mean, the movie's been going on for almost half of its runtime, a little bit more, and then it just does something completely surprising and shocking, and I was on board. I remember sitting in theater going, what the hell? Like, what are we getting into here? So yeah, I think the film is fantastic. Definitely on multiple viewings, a lot of people are going to appreciate it a lot more. And just kind of like you, maybe the first time is a little bit jarring, but I think on a second watch and anticipating, knowing what's going to be going on, I think you can really appreciate the film and all of the twists and turns a lot more.
So yeah, I'm going to go into spoilers right now, so this is your chance to turn out or go watch it yourself before you finish this review. But basically, you start watching this movie about this family that early on the second viewing, you see that they kind of have this thing where they latch onto people and each has a role in what they do. And you can tell that they kind of use people and get advantage, even though they're disadvantaged people. And then they get hooked up with this rich family and you're just watching and thinking, okay, it's going to have to come to a head at some point. And I'm just thinking, oh, suspenseful, like what's going to happen? They're going to get found out or they're going to get arrested, what have you. And I like those movies. But then at some point there's people living in basements and like chaos going on and like ghost stuff. And then suddenly there's like murders everywhere and you're like, what have I just seen? And even the second time watching the ending, I don't know that I really comprehended if it was just the thought of what the son wanted for the father or if it's what actually happened. They kind of leave it unsure to me. But I took it a lot better knowing what was happening and could pay more attention to the details and could see how it all led up to this ending. So I think it was very good in its flow and the actors were pretty fantastic to me.
Everything you just described is why I freaking love this film. I love the dynamic with the family. They all work very well off each other. They are great performances, and not just them either, but the the other family, the one that they're latching onto, the husband and the wife, are very, very great actors. The way that they make you feel as the movie progresses, you kind of understand why the father feels the way he does. And yeah, you're right, it leads to this very kind of ambiguous ending where it feels like it wants you to kind of make the decision yourself. But I will mention that the director did kind of go on record and say what he wanted the ending to be. So if you want to have a definitive answer, go check that out. Otherwise, I think it's good to kind of leave the movie open-ended and just you kind of create that ending that you want out of it. But if you want straight answers, go check that out. But yeah, just pretty much everything about the film is very well done, from the acting to the story, the comedy. It's a really funny movie at points. It actually got me to laugh in the exact same moment twice, even though I knew what was coming. Yeah, just overall, just a great product.
Yeah, I think that being able to laugh at a movie in the same place twice is a really good sign that the actors know what they're doing and the director did a fantastic job putting it together. Because it's hard to do that once you know something's coming. I think that the only things I didn't really love about this movie are probably the kid actors for the rich family. I didn't really see their point other than to drive the story. I thought everyone else did a fantastic job. I felt like they were all pretty believable. Keep in mind, I had to pay attention to subtitles for the whole movie, so I didn't get to catch like little details, but from what I could tell, especially on the second run, kind of not needing to read as definitively to follow the story, I think that they did a fairly good job.
Yeah, I actually agree with you. I do think the kid actors on the rich family side of things are a little bit weaker. The little boy at least has an eccentricity to him, if you will. But yeah, the daughter character is just kind of just there to further the plot in minimal ways. So I think they could have done more with her. But I mean, overall, it doesn't hurt the film by any means. It's just a small, tiny little weak point in an otherwise fantastic movie. I will say that if you were worried about going to see the film because you thought it was like a horror film, I think people hear Parasite, it's a horror film, I don't want to see something scary. It's not a horror film. There are some suspenseful moments in it. But as we mentioned, like the first half, maybe a little bit further than the first half, it's a straight up like kind of comedy slash sort of suspense. Like it's almost like a crime film where you're seeing all the pieces kind of falling into place, and then it becomes more suspense. But I don't think it ever really dives into horror. Maybe there's a little bit of a twinge in it here and there, but yeah, if that's why you weren't watching it, don't worry, just go see it. It's definitely well worth your time. Well, I think we pretty much already made our point for what we're going to say about the film. But Melinda, would you recommend Parasite to today's audiences, and do you think it should have won the Oscar?
Yeah, for today's audiences, that's like only 4 years later. I think it's a really good movie. It's my first one I've reviewed that really didn't have any negatives. And I would say that it did deserve the Oscar. I know that some people were unsure if it was going to beat another film over there, but I'm glad that it won. It really deserved it. Yes,
and very obviously I recommend it. I do think it should have won the Oscar. I think this is definitely one of the strongest Oscar winners out there. Go see it. You could just tell the product was made by someone who loves film and really took his time crafting and telling the story that he wanted to tell. So please go out there and see it. And if you just happen to be one of those people that are like, well, I don't want to see it because it's foreign language film and I don't want to read subtitles, yeah, I'm not even going to deal with you. Just go see it. It's a fantastic freaking movie.
It's been 2 months, 1 day since we've gone into hiding. I can't take it anymore. I've got to get out of here, even if it's only for a minute. Surely that crazy girl isn't still out there looking for us. She must have moved on by now, right?
Where is she?
Relax. All right, calm down. We'll find
How
her.
can I relax if she's teleporting everywhere.
Don't worry, she does this. What about the two guys she brought the other day?
She hasn't found them yet or interacted with them yet, as far as I know.
What about the third guy?
If we're lucky, he's really good at hiding, or the worst possible outcome, he's...
We really gotta find her.
You guys are being ridiculous. Do you guys hear yourself? This isn't one of your stupid D&D campaigns where people can teleport. You're afraid of a child?
Are you only here to insult us? That's it? You don't even know who this person is.
No, I don't know who she is. But also, I'm here to make sure you don't get arrested for doing something stupid, which you do a lot of.
That kidnapping only happened once, alright? Only once.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Calm down. This is how she is. She's just doing her thing. Alright? Just relax.
Alright. I have more plans in the back. Let me show you. And we can possibly execute them non-illegally. Okay?
Door!
Just get it. It's probably Jared.